Hi, friend.
Hi, friend. Are you ready?
Ready for what?
To level up.
Okay, girl, let's get started.
Friends, welcome to another episode of Level Up with Raman and Alysha.
On this week's episode, we're going to be talking about motivation. Since last week we touched on goal setting, what better way to start this week than with motivation? Motivation gives you the reason to goal set and is a reason for your actions.
That was so well said.
Thanks.
We love motivation. We hope that this podcast is going to leave you super motivated and maybe take some extra steps to get motivated in your day, or if you're having a positive day or a down day, hopefully this kind of sheds some light and keeps you guys upbeat and motivated.
Definitely. And because times are so hard right now, I feel like this is the perfect way to get everyone on their toes again, get motivated, get up and about. Even though we're going through a pandemic, your life will still continue and your goals should still continue. So you need motivation for all of that.
Yeah. And I mean, like, why is motivation important? I mean, the way I feel is you do not wake up every day motivated. If you think everybody wakes up every day, or every hardworking person, the ones that hustle hard, if you think that they are waking up motivated, they are not, right?
No, definitely not.
Everybody has their down days. Everybody has their up days. Motivation
Especially on Mondays.
Yes, I don't know. I have Monday blues every Monday.
Me
Everybody
too.
knows about it.
Raman and I will message each other and be like, it's Monday, but we try to stay positive, but we both know Mondays are
So that's why we actually wanted to choose Monday as one of our podcast posting day. And I know, guys, we've been switching around our days so far, but we're still starting off and we're still trying to figure out which days work best for you. So right now it is Mondays and Thursdays, and we did want to start off with Mondays because we did want to give everybody a good start to the week and have something positive and motivating to listen to at the beginning of the week.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so my Monday blues. So every Monday, usually I, don't wake up super motivated, but I am starting to feel a little bit differently for the last couple of weeks. I think it's just been because I've been so busy, and I think that's kind of occupying the demotivation. But you don't wake up motivated every day, and you are going to have days where you're not going to want to do your tasks, or you're not going to want to follow your goals. And it's like, today I just don't feel like doing that workout, or today I'm just going to have one of those days. And that's okay, because if you think you're going to be motivated 365 days out of the year, it's not real.
Yeah, it's not. It's just not realistic either for yourself.
Yeah, it's not realistic.
So we really want to make sure you're in that mood to be motivated. So what Raman's basically saying is that you need to encourage yourself to really want to be in that moment of motivation. So yes, you may wake up, maybe you have to wake up at 5 or 6 a.m. and go to a job, and it's like, oh, it's Monday, it's another week of the same repetitive thing I do, my 9 to 5 or so on. But why make that so miserable? This is the life you're living. You want to live it till the fullest. And the only way to do that is really add things and actions in your life that make it worth living. So, maybe waking up and not being so miserable. So don't hit snooze. Just get up on the first time your alarm goes off.
I sleep throughout. Everybody knows I sleep through the first 10 alarms.
Oh boy. Okay, so Raman needs a runaway alarm clock. By the way, I saw that. Someone came up with a runaway alarm clock. So
I need that.
It runs away from you, so you have to chase it to turn it off.
Oh my god, I've totally tried putting my phone far away, and I just turn it off and then I go back to bed. But yeah.
And see, that's coming from someone who is already pretty motivated. So see, it's hard on everyone.
It is hard on everybody. What you can do is, what we recommend is, and these are things that we do in our lives, and I think Alysha and I will both individually discuss what we do in our day or in our week throughout the year to stay motivated. But when you are having those down days, there are things that you can do to kind of change your day around or change your mood around. So we'll be kind of going through some of those things. And the first thing I would say is, find out what your method of motivation is. Exactly. Right? It is different for everybody. Motivation is not constant. It's not always there. So you need to find little things that might help change your mood. I don't know where I read it, which is always what happens to me, but it was if you think of if you're in a bad mood or you're unhappy, if you think of 3 things that make you happy, it can actually like change your entire mood in 5 minutes or so.
That's so
So
true.
like I think about my nephew when I'm
Aw.
I know, so
And he's so cute.
He's so cute. Like, you know, it could be about like your dog or like
Yeah.
about your kid or whatever it is, but I think about my nephew because he's so adorable, and it actually changes my mood.
That's so
and
true.
I just remember like the funny shit he does, and whether that's like watching a video of him or whatever, it really does change your mood. So you do have to see, like, if you're having a down day, what is going to turn that around. And like I said, it might be different for everybody.
Yeah, definitely. I completely agree with you, having a different outlook. So definitely something to do. You know what, you can even go on Pinterest and start scrolling on Pinterest.
I love Pinterest.
Yes, we do. I feel like Raman and I have planned our entire lives on Pinterest. But
Yes.
so
And you can do that, guys. You can
Yes.
save the images and you can create your vision board on Pinterest.
definitely, or like recipes, healthy cooking.
Yeah, everything.
Everything. It's amazing. And quotes are on there. There's endless amounts of quotes on there. And so sometimes maybe just scrolling through Pinterest and looking up for quotes that motivate you.
Literally, I have typed motivational quotes or boss women quotes or, you know, pick me up. You can type in anything on Pinterest, and you can literally, even for 5 minutes, you might get trapped.
Yeah.
Because Pinterest will do that to you.
Yeah.
But, you know, for even 5 minutes of scrolling through motivational quotes, or like how it can turn your day around and maybe
Definitely.
help you get picked up again. Or it could be, you know, visually having something. So you might want to have like a post-it on your mirror. So every morning when you wake up, the first thing
drives
you
you.
see
Yeah.
when you brush your teeth will be that quote. So something like
Exactly.
that could really turn around your day.
Definitely. Or even listening to a podcast to start your morning, a motivational podcast. Sometimes when I'm having also like not a so great start to my day, I put on music. I'll put on like a playlist that gets me motivated and up and ready in a dancing mood. So when I am brushing my teeth, I'm moving along to it. And getting your body to move is like the best thing to do, because then you're getting your body moving, you fix your bed, you know, you're like brushing your teeth, washing your face.
I feel like a lot of people use music to
Yeah.
de-stress and really get like in a better mood and just change things around. I'm not that person, but like
I've definitely become that person.
Yeah.
I never was either.
Yeah.
Music it never spoke to me in my stressful times. It was more so quotes or like reading.
Yeah.
Or journaling, but never like music.
Music
and, like,
was like in the club.
yeah, right? But like lately, in this past couple years, I feel like music has really spoken to me, and different types of music. Like I really love meditation music. I love, like, you know, when you go to hot yoga classes and they play those like mantras and those kind of music.
Yeah.
So when I need like an easy start to the day, a blessed start to the day, zenful and spiritual, I play that in the morning for my car ride to work, even, because it really like
Yeah.
calms me down. Because sometimes, you know, like Raman and I, we still like our 9 to 5s are like payroll and HR. So when it is a payroll week, I already know the week's going to be a shit show. So I'm like, I need to have full zen before I go off on someone's ass. So definitely I like will listen to like my spiritual music in the morning, and even my husband
Calm
started.
your brain down before all the
And my
craziness.
husband's even accustomed to that. Like when he's now stressed out, he puts it on as well, and we like love it. Or if I'm in a different mood where I want to be happy and I need to like get into that groove, I put on like Spanish music and I start dancing, or like, you know, anything hip hop that's going on, right?
You know what? I should give that a try.
You should.
I really should.
I feel like you would like it.
You know what? I'm not a music person. I'm so weird. Everybody like that drives with me knows that.
Yeah.
Like
You would
the car-
rather talk.
The car will just be silent,
Or
and then
talk.
somebody will be like, "Can you turn the radio on?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh yeah, the music's not playing." So now I have to like make sure when I do have someone like a passenger, there's music playing, and that's when I turn on the radio. I am weird. I can like drive an entire way silently, but what I've been doing a lot in the last couple of years is actually, backtrack.
Yeah.
I remember when me and my sister-in-law used to drop her to work before going to my work. Hers was on the way, and she's very like into music. So she's like, I need to listen to pumping music. And I used to play this Major Lazer song, and we used to just wild out in the morning. And I used to listen to like Iggy Azalea Work, you know, and like just like those motivational like Beyonce songs.
Yeah.
And that's what we used to do just to like get really hype in the morning. And now I think like because going into work feels so miserable sometimes.
Definitely.
I find listening to like a motivational YouTube video or like a motivational podcast, something like that, to really get me started and make me feel like really pumped for the day and make me feel like, yeah, I got this.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like you definitely need it. It's kind of funny, guys. Actually, you know Kourtney Kardashian? So she came out with that blog called Push.
Yeah, I've never actually checked it out.
I have. And
Okay.
you know what? I actually like it. Like, there's a few great tips on there for, like, you know, healthy detox smoothies or things like that. She has a great morning routine.
Oh.
She's very motivating, which I never like saw that in her before in her like their TV reality show. So seeing this different outlook of hers kind of
I
interesting.
didn't even know Push was a blog.
Yeah.
I thought, you know what? The only thing I know is like what I see in the Instagram stories. So I always see like a box of products. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
She's
it's
got
like,
some sponsorships
it's
going
like,
on.
oh, okay, that's what
Yeah.
it is. I was like, oh, she has products or something like
No,
that.
so she
Okay.
teams up, I think, with other people for these products that work
Gotcha.
for her.
Okay.
But she actually like blogs some great recipes, some workouts, shop the look, and also like her like I love that she does the Spotify playlist.
Oh.
And so she'll say this is like my morning jam with my kids. And like it's all different genres. So you're not just getting like one hip hop or R&B or
interesting.
Spanish. You're getting a bunch of different songs that I personally would have never touched either. So I've downloaded it on Spotify, and then she even has like Chloe's like workout Spotify.
Oh.
She's got like breakup, you know,
Breakup
playlist.
songs?
Yeah, so that's what kind of got me more into music too, is like listening to other people's playlists, because like seeing what motivates them for their morning to get them going with their family or kids and stuff. Like, it can also help you, because it's not something you would usually go looking for, right?
Yeah.
So I definitely like it. So yeah, something worth checking out for
interesting.
sure.
Okay, time to read Kourtney Kardashian's
Yeah,
morning routine.
Like, not everything is great on there, but she's got some good stuff. Like, I was kind of surprised she does a lot of her morning routine in her bathroom.
Oh.
So like not just her skincare, but her journaling too, and like drinking her smoothie first thing. That's
Okay,
not
her
where
bathroom is probably the
It must
size of
be.
our bedroom.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm like trying to. I can't even picture doing all those things in my bathroom.
Yeah, I was like, no, I wouldn't eat or drink something in my bathroom, but okay.
You know what? Like, you did highlight something important, like morning routine. I mean, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to have a morning routine. It's not the easiest thing. I think I've tried to like work on having a solid morning routine, and I feel like I did for a lot of 2020.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of like I'm trying to get back into waking up a bit earlier,
Yeah.
because I did kind of drift off into waking up a bit later throughout by the end of 2020. So that's what I'm working on right now. But I know having a morning routine really does help set the tone for your day. So how you decide to start your
Definitely.
morning is going to have a great impact. And
Yeah.
same thing, like I'm sure your morning routine is completely different from my morning routine.
Yeah.
What
So
do?
you know what? Well, before I tell you that, the funny thing is, I'll tell you about a time in my life where I didn't have a morning routine, and I feel like that's where I felt like lost. You know, I felt like time was being wasted, either Netflix and chilling. I couldn't get into the groove of things, of ticking things off my to-do list. I felt like there wasn't enough time in a day. I
Yeah.
just felt very overwhelmed.
Like when you just wake up, rush, get ready, and go
Yeah.
to work, and that's it. And the next thing you know, you're at work, and
Exactly.
you're like, where was the structure, or where was my morning
and you're not like together.
relaxation? Yeah, like you're not together.
Yeah, so you're in a
That's a
panic
great-
mode the entire time.
Yeah.
And I feel like I used to do that for quite a bit. And then I feel like someone said to me, like, maybe you feel lost because you don't have a routine.
Oh.
And I was like, I don't. Because, like, you're right. Like, I used to have a routine when I lived with my parents. And then I got married and I had no routine. So I was like, this is probably what's messing me up, my
Yeah.
fucking husband. So I was like, okay, I need to, like, change this. So I started to YouTube. Like, I started to look at YouTube people's morning routines and see what other people did, just to give me inspiration of, like, what I could do. And then I started to think about what's important to me, like, when I wake up, what will set the tone for my day. And then, you know, I think I wrote it down in a journal or my phone. I never did it for a couple of weeks. And then I finally said, you know what, Alysha, you need to do this. I feel so, like, I just feel like shit, honestly. Like, you just feel like there's no purpose. You
Yeah.
feel like it's the same repetitive 9 to 5. And I was
Yeah.
like, no, I can't keep doing this. It's so depressing.
You need a moment.
Yeah. So then I started to wake up, and I started to, like, drink my water. So now I wake up I go to the edge of my bed, put my feet over, turn off my alarm clock, and I drink my water. So I bought one of those like thermo like flask waters. And it's I love ice cold water. So I love that my water the night before is still cold the next morning, and I'm more motivated to drink it.
Aren't you supposed to drink warm water in the morning?
You know what? There's so many myths between warm and cold, but I'm just like, at least I'm drinking water.
Yeah.
So
I think
I'm
it's
like,
warm
I don't
lemon
care.
water.
It is,
it's
yeah.
not just warm water.
But I've tried that too. But then I also really like cold.
I love cold
it's not
water.
ice cold. It's still cold.
Yeah.
But I still like cold water with lemon. You know.
Yeah.
So I'll drink that in the morning, and then usually I'll look at like my printouts of my like vision board that would be on that wall. So I'll look at that, then I get up, I go to the bathroom, I'll brush my teeth. If my husband's out of bed, we'll fix the bed. If he's not, he can fix it after I'm out. It's different timings. Usually I'm up before him, so I don't always get to fix the bed, so that's on him. But then I have music on in the bathroom. Like, that's the first thing I now turn on. I'll either turn on a podcast or music, and it depends on my mood. If I'm feeling like I need a boost of energy, then it's going to be like something fun. If it's going to be something I'm already in a good mood, then we're going to listen to a podcast. If I feel like I'm already stressed from the week I'm having, then I go into my Zen mode. It just kind of depends. So every day is not the same when it comes to that tone. Brush my teeth, wash my face, I get ready. And then like I've already drank my water, so I'll get my iced coffee ready for like later on in the day. I like preparing my lunch the night before now, so I'm not in a rush in the morning. I'll come sit on the couch. I have a few moments now to myself because I have so much extra time. So if I'm not going straight into a workout like that I've been doing lately, I'll either start reading something. So I have a book that I'll continue to read for the month.
Nice.
And I'll read a couple pages just to get my brain off my phone or anything else. It takes me away, you know what I mean? So like I love thriller rom-com books, and I'm reading that right now. So it feels like I'm in a different life, or I'm reading something inspirational about like habits or life-changing things. Just depends on my mood.
Yeah.
So I'll listen to that, or I'll read it. Sometimes I'll put an Audible on if I have a crazy week. Like, you just gotta do things that like kind of work for your life. What kind of mood you're in. You gotta go with the flow, but you also don't want to disrupt your routine. But as long as you're still doing something for yourself.
Yeah. For sure.
And then I sometimes will, I'll do my workout, and I really like doing like a 25-minute workout in the morning right away because it's what helps me get the day started too. I got my body moving. I feel great. Me and my husband put our gym stuff out the night before, so it's ready there. There's no excuses.
It's your hardest task of the day.
It is. And lately I really love the tone I've been setting with that. Like I wake up at like 6:30, get onto the stepper. Yeah. And I'm not a morning person, but it's like, Alysha, I feel so great after that.
Yeah.
Like, after that 20 minute workout.
I like visualized it, and I feel great.
Yeah, I feel freaking amazing. And I'm like, I can take on anything today. And during that time, it depends on what mood I'm in, whether I'm reading or listening to a podcast or music. I get down, I take a shower, I get ready, and, I get my lunch and everything, and I'm out the door to work. And I'm still listening to music in the car. And even when I start my office morning, there's still music going on. Yeah. Because I'm like, you know what? It's not till like 9:30 do I start actually talking to people at work. Yeah. Because I'm like, no, I need to set the tone for myself. And that's when I start. Yes, people,
stop waking up and checking your emails first thing. I know that's a problem that a lot of people have. And like, I guess, I don't know, maybe it does work for some people, and maybe it helps setting their tone of the day where they feel like they've woken up and read all their emails, and it helps clear their mind before maybe they get to work. But if it's not going to clear your mind, like, take your email off your phone, or like maybe set it to only notifications at certain times. Yeah. But you cannot wake up and be checking your emails. No. Like, that is not, like, you're not setting. It's once you have set the tone and your mindset to that right at the beginning of the day, it's gonna be harder to get out of that and go in your Zen mindset versus waking up, having a Zen moment, and then, okay, like, maybe now I have some time and I can maybe check through some emails.
For sure. I just don't feel like that's the way to set it, because when I'm sitting at my desk, that's when I start going through personal emails and work emails, and I start doing my to-do list. That's where I set the tone, because I'm like, you know what? when I have a to-do list, paper and pen ready for me, I can start going through what needs to be done for the week or the day of.
Yeah.
And then I look at my quote. Like, Raman has given me this amazing woman's quote.
It's funny,
for 365
everyone,
days.
we got each other, we actually both for Christmas bought each other a 365-day calendar of quotes. So
Yeah.
it was just really
It was
funny.
perfect.
Because she was like, oh, I wish I got you this thing and I wish I bought it for myself. And
Yeah.
then I was like, okay, well, check your gift now. And it was just hilarious.
It was like the perfect gift. So, hey guys, you know, if you need to buy anyone a gift, it's a great gift to give. It's
Yeah.
something that motivates you, and we actually share it amongst our friends.
Yeah.
So we started in our group of friends. We started, everyone is posting a quote a day or every other day of a quote that's important to them. And
Yeah.
it's helping us all stay motivated. And I think it's such a great tone to set. So
Yeah.
another idea, you know?
Exactly. Like, have a support group if you are having trouble staying motivated alone. Although I do really believe that motivation does come from within.
It
like, you
does.
cannot go to work and be like, oh, my boss is not motivating me, my team is not motivating me, or whatever the case is. And yeah, that will be the case. And there are going to be a lot of external factors that are going to trigger different emotions in your day, but it is ultimately going to be up to you on how you react and how you want to set the tone for that day. So all these things we're saying,
Yeah.
like Pinterest, you know, quotes and boards and just like that, these are all things to help you find motivation within you to do things and
Exactly.
tasks throughout your day.
Raman's absolutely right. And I just want to point out what may work for me may not work for someone
Yeah.
else. So like I said, guys, it's trial and error. It took me a lot of things to change and take away and add to get where I am. Like, eventually I would love to start journaling again, but I'm not there yet. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I have to slowly work up to it. Right now I got the working out part done. I got the getting out of bed part done.
Yeah.
And like setting my tone for the day. The next part definitely is to add journaling for myself, for self-healing and self-care.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you slowly have to work towards those things. It can't just all happen in one shot.
Absolutely.
Don't think that's like, once you hear our stories, we did it right away. No, it takes time to get to that
Yeah.
point. And plus, like Raman said, internally, I wanted to be better. I wanted
Yeah.
to do better. So that's what made me push myself and drive myself to do this.
Honestly, I did not even have a solid morning routine until basically COVID started and I started working from home. And you know what? It's okay that I didn't have a solid routine, you know? Now I know that, like, how important it is, and what if I ever did have to go from working at home to going into the office, like, I would definitely make sure I do have that time and kind of, you know, routine set for myself.
Yeah.
So for me, like I said, I did not actually have a solid morning routine that I consistently followed, I should say. Like what you said, you know, it changes. So I tried like a million different morning routines. I was like, I'm going to try waking up earlier and working out. I'm going to try waking up and doing this. But it was always what we said before, like just the rush of, it's because I sleep through my 10 alarms. I'm honestly such a deep sleeper. So it just always felt like a rush. I was waking up and then I was rushing to get ready and then get in the car, like not even having breakfast or anything, and then going straight to work. So
I remember we went through that together at our old company.
And, you know, and that's just what it was. It was so hard
and
to
we
get
were
a
so
morning
miserable.
routine. It was so terrible because, like, then it's like you're rushing to work and then you're sitting down and then you're just jumping right in. So now I feel like, and these are things I'm thankful for during COVID. I really, really am. So now I wake up, and I have been waking up a little later, but I am trying to work on getting back to waking up an hour earlier as well. I'll keep you posted on how that works out. But I wake up and I instantly, like after I brush my teeth and everything, I do change into my gym clothes right away, because, well, workout clothes, not gym clothes, workout clothes right away, because I don't like to work out. It's just something I do, but it's not something like I'm like, oh my God, I'm excited to work out.
Yeah.
So I get into my workout clothes right away, and then I do like to do my workout as soon as I can. And then I do that, and then after I work out, I shower, and then I grab my tea, and that's when I sit down on my laptop, and and that's when I make my to-do list. And it doesn't even sound like I do much, like it's just kind of like, but
it sets the tone
but
for
it's
you.
the consistency,
Yeah.
and it's it's that it's worked for me over the last almost 1 year now. So
that's amazing.
And then I sit down and I have that quote too. So, you know, I turn to the next page and I read the quote of the day.
Yeah.
And I make 2 to-do lists. I make one for my work, what I have to do that day, and then I make one personal to-do list. So other items that I need to get done by the end of the day. So I do, and that kind of helps me. And I try not to you know, like overwhelm myself with my personal items that I need to do as well. I mean, work is work. You're always going to have like a million things to do.
Yeah.
But with my personal to-do list, I try to be really realistic. Like, how much can I actually get done today? Like, this is how much time I have. And am I actually going to be able to accomplish all of these? Like, I'll have my list of things to do, which will always be really long.
Yeah.
But it's like, out of those things, what can I get done today? So, and because I want to feel good by the end of the day.
Exactly.
I don't want to look at my to-do list and be like, oh my God, I only got like 1/3 done. You want to look at your to-do list by the end of the day and you want to be like, oh my God, I got everything checked off, because that's a really feel good feeling, and that kind of makes me feel like, okay, like the next day I'm ready to write down my to-do list and cross everything off. One of my first managers at Avery, she used to like, I think that's where I started writing the to-do list. Like, she used to write a to-do list, but then she would like cross it all out. Like not like a line. Like, she would cross it all out. Like the entire line. Like scribble. And it looked so weird, but you know what? It's so satisfying, because when I would like cross it out, and this is the weirdest thing ever, but when I would cross it out in a line, it's almost like it's still there. I could still see all the words.
Yeah.
But like now I do that. Like, I really like cross out the entire sentence, so that way like I'm only seeing items that are remaining on the list.
That's smart.
Right? It was just really weird, and I didn't get it then, but
I'm gonna try that.
I do this now. Like, I cross my to-do list off, like really scribbled up. But
it's like that gold sticker reward system.
Yeah. And you know what? It just makes me feel really good at the end of the day. And you do have to be really realistic with how many things you can get in a day, because one of the things that can bring you down is like, oh my God, I didn't accomplish enough things today. I didn't get through everything I wanted today. You really need to time manage. And I know, Alysha, you've been time ticking on everything because you're bad at staying within time limit.
So I'm someone who can really get procrastinated easily. Like, I procrastinate a lot, or I get like my attention goes somewhere else. So I struggle with that sometimes. So I've started doing this thing since the new year, especially because I'm very emotional and I feel like I can like dwell on things that like, oh my God. So I just feel like
the first time I yelled at Alysha, the next day she's like, I thought about it all night
Yeah,
long.
like I have a serious problem. I'm a stress ball, and I feel like because I'm like a Cancer, so all my Cancer sisters out there, tell me if you're emotional, okay? I feel like I'm very sensitive and emotional, and it's something I'm like working on. So I find that like if somebody says something to me, I'll think about it, and sometimes it'll go on into my whole day. But lately, since January, like something that's come across me is that like I feel like I need to be a little more selfish and worry about like my mindset and my body, because guys, when you stress, it takes a toll on your entire freaking body.
When you stress, it's and again, I don't remember where I learned it.
Yeah.
But when you start to get body pains and stuff like that, it's like when you're stressed, your body hurts or whatever. Like for me, I noticed that when I get stressed, I get neck pain. Oh. So it's like your body does try to tell you in like in ways of pain, like not just mental but physical pain, that you are stressed.
Well, actually my sister-in-law even told me, because she's a nurse, she was saying that, you know, when you have like road rage in the car and it's for 5 minutes you're yelling at the person who cannot hear you, it takes your body 30 minutes to calm down from that.
Oh wow.
So like, can you just imagine like what we're doing? 30 minutes.
You know what, I believe that.
It's crazy.
I believe that.
That's how much we put our body through. And so when I like started to visualize that and feel like what you're saying, you start to feel it, you're like, I don't want to feel this way. So guys, what I've started to do is I put a timer on things. So if I'm upset about something, I need to vent it out, or I need to like dwell on it, I'll give myself a 30-minute timer, which is hilarious, because now when I've started doing that and I start thinking about it for 30 minutes on my like clock and I look at my phone, okay, by the time it hits 5 minutes, I'm like, what a waste of my life. Why would I spend 30 minutes more, 25 minutes more thinking about this? I could be doing something else with my time. So that really put into perspective for me, Alysha, it is not worth your time. And so I've stopped caring as much for these little issues I'm having, or somebody said something, or something's on my mind. No, I just shut it down right away. The other thing I've set a timer for is like if I need to clean up, because like I hate cleaning, as you all know if you've listened to our other podcasts. So I put on a timer to get it done, and that's when I put on music, put my timer on, put my phone away so I won't look at it. And I go and I try to clean up as much as I can within that hour. And I do surprisingly get a lot done now because I'm not looking at my phone. And it's so funny, guys, because my mom used to yell at me when I was a kid. Like, you know, when you're in high school and you have to clean your bedroom, she'd be like, give me your phone. And I would never give her my phone because she knew I wouldn't get the job done right away. And I think about all the time I wasted in high school. Like, I spent the day cleaning my room when I could have been done in an hour. But I was like so
now
against
it feels like, oh, it's so fast.
Yeah.
It's just
it's 1 hour, and that's such precious time, because when you start being motivated and you start goal setting and you have things you want to do and accomplish, you're like, 1 hour is so valuable to me.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, let me be as efficient as I can.
Yeah.
So definitely, if you guys are trying to get into motivation and have tasks done, or, you know, get things done, or you get distracted easily like I do, start setting a timer on your phone, and it will really help you.
Start setting a timer, or even like if you need to read a book or something like that for an assignment for a book, tell yourself that you're going to only do it for 5 minutes, because chances are that you will end up likely doing it for more than 5 minutes.
Exactly.
So I've been doing the whole timing thing forever, because I feel like I could easily sit in bed and Netflix and chill for 12 hours straight. So I'll always, when I have to clean my room, I'll look at the time and I'll be like, okay, you know what? I can get it done in half an hour. Realistically, in half an hour, I can get it done. And then I start. And then, you know, at that moment, like, even if it does take a little bit more than half an hour, like, I'm so close to the end now that it doesn't even matter that it took a bit longer.
Exactly.
I think what's really, really important as well in terms of when you're trying to get motivated is understanding your happy and sad triggers.
That's true.
We talked a lot about it. Like, you know, you are going to have a lot of down moments too. Not every moment is going to be happy. And it's the hardest to stay motivated when you're sad, having a bad day. You know, say you had a breakup, you did bad on an assignment, you got road rage, you got into an accident, or just anything, like you just had a bad work day. How do you get yourself out of that? And you know, and you really do need to understand your triggers. I think if you know that this is what's gonna make you mad. I know we talked about happy triggers, like kind of like what to do when you are in that rut and how to get out, but also understanding what those sad triggers are, or what are those triggers that bring you down. If you have a person in your life when every time you talk to them it brings your mood down, you need to understand that that's a trigger. You need to stop maybe doing that. If you think that there's a certain thing that you do that is bringing you down in your day, you really need to understand what those triggers are that change your emotions to the opposite way. And if you do that, it might be easier to prevent that from happening from the beginning than trying to pull yourself out of it after by trying to get motivated.
For sure. Like, I feel like, I'll give you guys an example. Stress is really hard at work, right? We all go through it. And I feel like I'm someone who would just continue to work through the day, and not like, I just felt like it was normal to be stressed out and put myself through that and be demotivated from my job and just wait till it's 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock and I get to leave. Yeah. But now I've started doing this thing where I was like, why should that be my day? Like, that should not be how it should be said. Yeah. So I go for a walk. I go for a walk as soon as I get home, put on my running shoes because I had a shit day, and I need to get it out of my system, and I refuse to have the rest of my evening like that.
Do not ruin the rest of your day because of that bad moment.
Get it out of your system. Either vent to someone who will listen to you, that is motivating and is supportive. Send them a voice note. Get it out of your system. Send a voice note to yourself. Say a voice memo. Do a little video to yourself. Write it down. Yeah, write it on a piece of paper. Burn the piece of paper. Rip it up. Throw it away.
Don't cause a fire.
Please don't. Yeah, no. No fires, guys. No fires.
But yeah, like, you need to... It's important to know these motivational triggers, like what you can do to stay motivated when you get in situations like these and you have those triggers. So, I mean, find the best method for you. I know me and Alysha, we're very visual people. We have quotes everywhere. Actually, even in front of my toilet, Alysha has seen this. I actually have like 3 little canvases that I bought from Walmart. Yeah. And they're just like motivational canvases, and I have them hung like 3 in a row vertically. And you know what? It's just something that every time I'm on the toilet, I see. And it's something like in your subconscious, right? So sometimes like you need to have those little things out. So sometimes you're subconsciously thinking about it. Sometimes I find myself reading it over and over and over again. And you know what? Like maybe to me it seems like it's not making an impact, but I really do think it is.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, it's just putting me in a different mindset. So I do have a lot of those things around me, and I do feel like I am somebody, if I didn't do these things every day or, you know, all the time, I could easily kind of fall into like, let's just watch a sad movie and cry mood.
Or eat ice cream and indulge, you know.
But you do need to stay, and you know what?
It's like, okay to have those days too, though.
It is okay. Yeah. It is absolutely okay to have those days.
But it can't be 7 days out of the week.
No, it cannot be. Not even 3 days, guys.
No,
it can be like 2 days max.
Yeah. Give yourself the cry. Give yourself that moment. Raman and I are huge believers of like, okay, you need to cry it out.
You need to cry it out. Cry it out.
Cry
I tell everybody.
Everyone needs a good cry once in a while.
Just cry.
Just do it. Let it out. Eat that bad food. And that's it. Move on. Get going. And remember, this is not setting the tone for the rest of your life. Just because you're in a downhill now, there's always an up. It's coming.
Yeah. And think about what makes you happy and what's going to change your mood. And hopefully you all have listened to our last podcast on goal setting. If you haven't, please go listen to it, because it will really help you also see what you can do to stay motivated. Goal setting really does help you stay motivated on top of your things, and we do highlight a lot of important factors that also link into motivation in that podcast as well.
Yeah, so guys, we just want to leave you with this quote: a little progress each day adds up to big results.
Yes, amen.
Yes.
Step by step, it's not a race, it's a marathon.
That's right. So keep working at it, and it will work out for you, and it'll add to bigger and greater things.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, thank you for listening, everybody. Thank you for listening, everybody. If you have any inputs, comments, questions, any topics that you would like us to discuss, feel free to email us at ramanandalysha@gmail.com. We'll also leave the link below. And also, if you haven't followed us on Instagram already or subscribed to our YouTube page, check it out at Level Up with Raman and Alysha.
Yeah, guys, have a motivated week.
Have a great week, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.